from the Penn Libraries.
Okay, so thank you, Anu. I am Kris Rabberman, and I'm here to show you how I use voice threads in my gender studies seminars. I teach for the Master of Liberal Arts program, primarily in gender studies and history of sexuality, also academic writing. My courses are taught entirely online, so I use a combination of Canvas and also an Adobe Connect web conferencing room. I teach students from a range of backgrounds, which is one of the challenges. So adult MLA students, other graduate students from across Penn, and also some advanced undergraduates. When I'm teaching these seminars, my goal is to empower students to develop their own interpretations of complex historical sources, and often ones that they may not have a lot of familiarity with. This requires them to understand historical context, especially when we're looking at early modern and medieval sources. Learning how to use different interdisciplinary methods for analysis is also important. They also have to slow down to examine texts and images carefully. And it's also important that the students are contributing to a highly engaged, interactive classroom environment. So in one class, Witchcraft and Gender in the Early Modern World, I use voice threads to help me meet these pedagogical goals. Why voice threads? Well, they're versatile. I can present text or images for students to analyze. Their PowerPoint format and drawing tools are especially supportive of having students focus on images and combine their discussions with their identification of very specific visual elements that they are analyzing. And also the format has been engaging and a lot of fun for the students to use. So as you can see here, this voice thread includes an image that we view via a PowerPoint, and then there's separate icons down along the left for each student. Students can either use their microphone or they can type into a chat window, and they can use drawing tools to indicate the section of an image that they are discussing. And when I'm watching the discussion as the students are watching it, it's basically as if they're watching a screen capture, basically. You can watch in real time as students' comments are coming up and then they end up responding to each other. This screenshot shows the students can easily build on each other's comments. And one of the things I like about this is that this one student is both referring to a student's previous comment on the voice thread and is also referring back to it in class discussion. So part of what the students are doing with this exercise is that they're building on some analytical tools that they are developing in class, and they're learning how to use it outside of class with each other to analyze these complex images. Students also can use these drawing tools to indicate their eye's movement across the image so that they're not just focusing on the symbolism of individual elements, but in some cases they're also talking about the overall visual composition of the images that they're looking at. And then finally, especially for busy images with lots going on, the drawing tools encourage the students to slow down and to explore specific sections of the image. And then they're often developing new interpretations based on their work with each other. So thank you.